Right, welcome back everybody to another now Teslafy FSD Beta video. We are on 10.8 FSD. A little bit I've done around town has been great, but I wanted to take us on our test loop and see if we had any sort of fixes implemented. So I'm going to put on destination and we'll go. All right, we've got our destination put in and our route is set. Let's go. All right, so last video was a little bit icy out, a little bit slow, and really took some corners, faster than I would have liked to, especially with the snow and ice on the ground. But at this point in time, I've got some decent roads here to test this on, and a little bit of berms that maybe we'll see if it avoids. But this is much better testing conditions than I've had for a while. So figured I'd get out here and do some actual testing, see what we see. All right, I will go ahead and expand to the brand new full screen visualization. All right, so great first right turn. Again, road conditions are much better than they were for my previous video. And as a reminder, it is in FSD mode. The blue circle, when that is off, I've disengaged. Any disengagement, pressing the brake pedal, taking over the steering, or pressing the accelerator will send a note to Tesla. I can also press the camera button, which in not full screen mode is, we're not, okay, good, it hasn't creeped too far. This is about as close as I'd want it to get for this unprotected left. And we're clear, so it should go. I'm in the assertive profile. I did have it switched over to the middle one. I forget what that is. Okay, so not bad. That was an easy unprotected left. Interesting though, my last drive, it did get into that turn lane. Oh, really abrupt slowdown there. Not really needed since we kind of have this right lane. And across the yellow line, that's another spot where I've noticed cars in that lane before. It just got too close for me. So. Well, all right, we have certainly an interesting scenario up here. Looks like we can actually still get up, but maybe an accident or something was up here. We've got a fire department, we've got ambulances. I guess it'll be interesting to see what behavior changes, if anything. Boy, they got full regalia out there. It's kind of nuts. Four-way stop here. Usually hasn't had a problem with it. All those cars are parked, but man, I wonder what's going on. Whoa! I went ahead and disengaged here because I thought it was going to go through as that lead car was going through, so that's not a good look. Let's see if we can re-engage. Yep. And it should get in this left-hand lane. Yes, please. Nope. Nope. It's going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do it for it. Okay, so that was also not great. We'll put it back in. Oh, I can't right now. There we go. Now, looks like maybe a couple accidents. This will be interesting. I do actually have this car in the left lane. Actually, I think, for safety's sake, I'm going to go ahead and take it out of FSD mode. This is a good turn for us to test, but with the cars in the other lane, I'm not really wanting to risk it. And I think this car in the right lane next to us is going to need to kind of move over as well. So I'm just going to kind of cautiously move through here. Yeah, they would need to have merged. So this is a best scenario for me to have done that one. I'm not really willing to test the functionality for a special scenario like that. But interesting surprise. Hope everybody is okay. All right, coming up on our roundabout yield. So far it's clear, so it should roll through without stopping. Well, now we have a couple cars, so we'll see what the behavior is here. It's going to continue. Yep, okay. You know, I would like to think that it realized that was a gap and we were okay. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. But it very well could have also just decided to not yield. But we had enough room and it kept going, and I probably would have actually just kept going as well. So kudos. Right turn, plenty of room. Okay. Well, I will check y'all out at the next turn on our trip. Right turn there, so that was really great, and that worked out well. Okay, so coming up after this light, we have our right turn only lane. We are in the lane to get into that right turn only. We need to get in the left-hand lane so we can go straight to get to the market. And so far, my promise has been, if it makes it to the market, I will go into Mike's Meats and I will buy some tasty meat treats as soon as it does it. But it has to navigate to that lane first instead of trying to cut across. And so far, no movement from the tentacle to be able to do that. Looks like it's still just going to keep us here in the right turn only lane. And I don't got nobody behind me, so I'm going to let's see what it does. There is somebody waiting. I think it's just like fully confused. I'll wave that guy by. And yeah, it's just totally confused. So it knows it needs to turn right, but it can't. So I'm gonna go hit on that, and then we'll just go ahead and disengage, and it just stopped. It's just like, I'm not continuing, bro. All right, so there you go. That's not fixed. Unfortunate, not well, a disengagement, but I don't know what you call it. That's gonna be a fun one to keep playing with. All right. Next point, let's go back to the end of our loop. And see what kind of shenanigans we get on the return trip. All right. So you have the automatic speed limit when you turn on the FSD to be a current speed, because man, when it was icy out, it was just going too fast. Don't back up, please. Thank you. All right. Sometimes you never know with those cars. Okay, so slowly proceeding through. That's fine. Missed the berm there. That's good. I'm glad. I don't know if it saw it or if there's any indication, but I'll take it. All right, so coming up on our next unprotected left up here. Good right turn. Getting into the turn lane, very nice, and the left. So let's see. It's clear, it can totally go. We got some parked cars in the way. It can and should go. Okay, pretty good. I would say that's very good, really. with as much stuff that was in the way. Parked cars and etc. So, you know, pretty smooth. It was a little slow. I kind of wish it would have gone, just went for it, but I'll take it. It was safe. It made the turn perfectly, and didn't have to wait for it. Okay, some swerving there. Not entirely sure why. Maybe y'all saw it. I'll have to go back and look. Interesting. I wonder if the guy just got too close, but it swerved, and luckily we had nobody in the other lane, so we're good. Slight phantom brake there. Not entirely sure why. Okay, so it does need to get into this other lane. Hopefully it does it after the intersection. There we go. Good job, Beta. It has done that in the intersection a few times, which is not great, but so far so good. Alright. We got a lead car here for this on-ramp. It is not a merge or a yield or anything, so it should just roll up onto the bridge without issue. And since it has a lead car, I think we should be okay. This guy is being very pokey. Used to have a TC. I drove it much faster than that. I actually love that car. So good. So far so good. Perfect. No phantom braking. It's just this guy going really slow in a 40. And we do need to be in the left lane to make the outer lane exit. Good. It has done some shenanigans moving into the right lane here, though. Yep, and so it might want to try that again. Doesn't need to, though. Okay. So it's... it moved back in this lane. Just ridiculous. And now it's going to make a left here. Yeah, that's just terrible. I mean, it's one of those things that's not illegal, right? But the moving back and forth between lanes is unnecessary. It was in the proper lane. It moved into that lane before the exit, which was correct. But it just, yeah, it's done that every, you know, that's the normal behavior I've been seeing, is it gets into the right-hand lane then anyway, and then gets in the left-hand lane after it's made the exit. I don't know. But, so no changes there, at least on 10.8. Okay, looks like a lot less emergency vehicles there, so the things that must have gotten sorted. Really far right in this lane. I think it's just because the lane is dusty. Didn't see the white line. And luckily nobody behind us here either. Okay. And it can totally go. It's past. Yep. Let's go. Nobody else. Okay. Good. And the nag still on kind of weird when the car wants to turn or do something. It does that steering wheel nag still. That wasn't necessarily a turn, but you know, it was making a maneuver to merge to the left a little bit, and it's just not good timing. I don't really see many behavior differences on our very short drive there. Almost to the end here, we've got another protected left, and then we have a right, and then we're at the end of the video. Might go try some 2-lane unprotected lefts as well, just to see what that looks like. A la Chuck Cook. Shout out to Chuck. Love watching his videos. Great narration as well. If you haven't watched Chuck, please go check out his videos. And of course, his famous unprotected left turns there, which is, you know, someday we'll get those, Chuck. Someday it will happen. His is really challenging. But. All right, so coming up on our last turn here, decent, you know, decent drive, really. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing kind of wonky. So, but also nothing really hugely different that I have really noticed on my loop. So that'll do it for us. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the videos, and comment. I love replying to all you folks, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.